Singapore's future Prime Minister Lawrence Wong. The choice of Mr. Lawrence Wong to helm the People's Action Party's fourth-generation leadership was made by an overwhelming majority. Thank you for watching. Making video is time-consuming and hard work. Kindly click the subscribe button and click the like button so as to encourage us to make the videos you like. Thank you and happy watching. This process of forging a consensus on who should lead the party and Singapore should the PAP win the next general election was undertaken in a systematic and thorough way to allow for candour, introspection and objectivity, and to help forge unity and support for the outcome. Mr. Wong, 49, emerged as the top choice of 15 out of the 19 stakeholders involved.
And we're ready. Over to you, please.
Right. Welcome, everybody. We are holding this press conference so that you have a chance to talk to us, ask some questions. You know the story. I asked Mr. Corbin Wan to facilitate the process, to have the 4G come to a consensus on a leader for the team, and they have settled on Mr. Lawrence Wong, and it has been endorsed by the ministers as well as by the PAP MPs. So today I have Boon Wan as well as Lawrence here to tell you how it has happened and also to answer some of your questions. So perhaps I start with Boon Wan.
Yeah, thank you, PM. As you heard, PM asked me to oversee the process of finding a successor to PM by taking soundings individually among the cabinet ministers, the Speaker and SecGen NTUC, excluding PM and the two SMs, and facilitate a consensus outcome. He stressed that we approach this choice in the right spirit. We are trying to make a very consequential choice. Who will be best able to unite the team, make the most of the different strengths of the ministers, provide the leadership to both the team and to Singapore, and give ourselves the best chance of continuing to succeed. PM told me that my task was not only to ascertain who has the strongest support from the ministers, but to do so in such a way as to foster a consensus and bring the team together. I therefore took a team-building approach to facilitate forthright and candid discussions of each potential candidate's strengths and weaknesses. Our overriding objective is to promote unity and to ensure a strong 4G team to lead Singapore forward. After the budget and COS, I interviewed the stakeholders individually for their views on their preferred choice other than themselves, and asked them to rank the potential candidates in order of their preference. At each interview, I took the stakeholders through the key political leadership attributes to encourage them to make a considered and dispassionate decision. The stakeholders were candid in their assessments. They were emphatic in wanting to pick the candidate with unquestionable commitment to Singapore, who inspires trust both from Singaporeans and among his team of office holders and MPs, who has the backs of his colleagues and is most able to unite them to serve the nation. These are character attributes which are hard to measure and yet crucial in ensuring the success of the team and task of Singapore. Assessing them requires the stakeholders' judgment and insights through years of working closely together. To the question, who will they choose as their leader based on their overall assessment, bearing in mind the need for the leader to bring others together and to win elections? 15 of the 19 stakeholders chose Mr. Lawrence Wong as their preferred leader. This is an overwhelming majority of 79%, way above the traditional supermajority benchmark of 2/3. I reported these findings to the ministers and the PAP MPs on Thursday, and they all collectively endorse the choice of Minister Lawrence Wong as the leader of the 4G team.
Thank you, Boon Wan. Lawrence?
Thank you, PM. Throughout my life, I've never hankered for post, position, or power. I've always been realistic about my own abilities and strengths. My philosophy in life, instilled by my parents from young, is that whatever task I'm assigned, I will give of my best. And if my best falls short, as it surely will from time to time, I try to learn and I strive to improve and do better. So I have never gone out looking for work, additional work, but somehow the work finds me. And over the last 25 years in public service, my duties and responsibilities have kept on growing. It's like what happened 2 years ago when I was in MND then, and DPM called me out of the blue. He asked, "Have you heard about the virus in Wuhan?" And before I knew it, I was co-chairing the MTF with Ng Chee Meng. Now I will be taking on what would possibly be the biggest responsibility of my life. I am under no illusions about the demands of the job. It will get more challenging with greater political contestation and the growing desire for diversity in Parliament. And as PM said in Parliament recently, we do not assume that the PAP will win the next general election. Every GE from now on will be about which party will form the government, not just how many seats the opposition wins or what percentage of the votes the ruling party gets. Knowing full well that we will have to earn the right of leadership, I will continue with the same principles that have guided me all these years, which is to give of my best, to engage and listen, and to learn and improve continually. And as I have repeatedly emphasized, leadership and political leadership is never about one person. It's always about the entire team. Even a giant like Mr. Lee Kuan Yew had a team. The same was true for Mr. Goh Chok Tong, and now PM Lee. He has SM Teo, SM Tharman, and many others. So much more the case will be with me. I need each and every one of the 4G team, the ministers, the SMSs, the MOSs, the PALSECs, and the MPs. As a team, we've worked together to fight COVID this past 2 years. We've gelled and grown closer together as a team. I believe we have strengthened our bonds with Singaporeans too through this crisis of a generation. And the bonds among Singaporeans have also been strengthened by the crisis. In some societies, the crisis depleted social capital and weakened political trust. In Singapore, I think we have dealt with the crisis in such a way as to add to our social capital and strengthen political trust. And I am very grateful for that. But beyond this crisis, there will be many more challenges ahead of us, especially as we enter a more complex, volatile, and unpredictable world. We need to get through this pandemic and the pressing economic challenges we are facing today. And we must work hard to build a better Singapore tomorrow. We can overcome all of these challenges only as a strong and united team with a single-minded focus to serve Singapore and Singaporeans. And that's why I value the contributions from everyone in the team, including our broader team of hardworking and dedicated party activists. I look forward to bringing in more people to join our cause, to contribute in different ways and help strengthen our team. And of course, I will continue to benefit from the advice and guidance of our seniors, especially PM and our 2 SMs. I look forward to working closely with everyone to take the PAP and Singapore forward and to earn the trust and support of each and every Singaporean.
About building on the work of the 4G team, which you've already been doing for the past few years, but could you say a bit about what you see as some of the challenges or priorities that the 4G will have to address to address the concerns and the aspirations of a younger generation of Singaporeans?
Sure. Thanks for the question, Warren. As ESM said in his Facebook post, I think we have our work cut out for us. There are many challenges ahead of us. There are some more pressing and immediate ones. The pandemic is not over. We have to get through it. There are considerable economic challenges to tackle arising from the war in Ukraine, not least the threat of higher and more persistent inflation and weaker growth. But beyond these immediate issues, we also need to look over the horizon. There are going to be more challenges in the coming years as we enter this new, uncertain, volatile environment. I spoke about them in the budget this year, and I shared how we have to work hard to better position Singapore for this post-pandemic future. And in the budget, I said that the measures we are taking this year in the budget are a first step in a multi-year plan to renew and strengthen our social compact for this new future. So I've been discussing with other 4G ministers, even before this process, because in preparing for the budget, we had already been discussing these issues, and we have some ideas on what additional steps we might want to take. We do intend to engage the public later on and comprehensively review our policies to see what needs to be adjusted and improved. So this will be a major agenda for the 4G team. But beyond that, we will, as a team, continue to work hard to win the trust and support of every Singaporean, to create bonds and connect with them, and to develop new ideas that will resonate with Singaporeans and especially with a new generation of Singaporeans. I fully recognize the growing diversity of experiences and perspectives amongst Singaporeans. And I would like every Singaporean to know and feel that they will always have a stake in our society, even as we chart our new way forward together. And as leader of the team, that will be the approach, the attitude, and the spirit I adopt.
We have come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Making video is time-consuming and hard work. Kindly click the subscribe button and click the like button so as to encourage us to make the videos you like. Thank you, and have a good day.